Ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be video 3 of our investor series, where first we talked about how we source and fund our properties. And so now the third video is going to be talking about how do we analyze them to actually know, is this a good deal or is this not a good deal? How does somebody decide when they want to compare a single family property or duplex to a 20-unit apartment complex? It's kind of hard to put those side by side and really know which one of those is the route you want to go, other than just size and price, right? And so what I want to talk to you guys about today is something called cap rate and then something else called cash on cash return. Those are two types of number systems we use in the investment world to compare any properties to each other to see whether or not they're a good investment or something that's not maybe the right thing for us today. And so first, let's talk about cap rate. And so if you ever are talking with a serious investor about what cap rates are, each area, even of the country or even of each state, will have different cap rates that are kind of typical. They'll range anywhere from 3 or 4% all the way up to 15 to 20% in cap rate. The higher the number, the better the purchase it is. And so a 3 to 4% cap rate typically means you're spending a lot of money on it and you're not going to make as much money on it, compared to 20% cap rate means it's not very expensive compared to the amount of money that you're going to be earning. When you can create every property and put it with the cap rate, you can then take a duplex compared to 20 unit and compare their cap rates to see which one is actually the better deal. And here's how you do a cap rate. You take the net operating income and you divide it by the value of the property. It's that simple. And so the net operating income is this. Your monthly, say it's a multifamily property, so we're renting it out, right? You take the rents that you're going to receive each month and you subtract any of the costs to hold the property, not including your mortgage, because we don't count mortgages with cap rate because some people are cash, some people get different interest rates, all different things. So we're going to take the utility bills that we pay. We're going to take the taxes, the insurance, any management fees. You're going to take vacancy rates for your area. Like if we're in Pueblo, I typically put in like a 5% vacancy rate to attract or to account for the fact that if a unit is vacant for a month, that's a month of lost wages. And so we take all of those things and we subtract them from the income every single month. Or you can take the income for the year and subtract them for the year, whichever version you want to do. You get the net operating income from the year. Say your total income for the whole year is going to be $100,000 and you've got $25,000 worth of fee, meaning your net operating income is $75,000. Say I can buy the property for $1 million. You would just take the $75,000 divided by 1,000,000, and that's your cap rate. That's going to give you your amount. And from there, you can then decide, is this a good purchase? You put your own standards together as to what percentage you're willing to work with. And it also allows you then to compare it to other properties, right? If you've got a duplex that's grossing $20,000 a year and a 20-unit complex that's grossing $1 million a year, is the $1 million a year actually better, or the cost to hold that property so much more the duplex is actually better? So that's how we get cap rates and that's how we compare. The other version we're going to do to compare properties is called cash on cash return. Basically, we're going to divide out how much money is it going to take for me to make this my property, down payment, closing costs, any renovations that are required up front. We take that amount of money and we divide it by how much money we're going to make in a year. Because if it's going to take me $100,000 to buy the property, but then I am able to earn $100,000 in a year, that means I'm going to make all my money back. You divide those out, that's a 100% cash on cash return. I'm getting all my money back. Not typical to get 100%, right? And so we might only see a 10 or a 15 or a 20% cash on cash return. The reason we look at those is because I'm comparing, am I better off buying this property, or should I just go throw my money in the stock market, right? If you're historically going to get, say, 10% at the stock market, is it worth me buying a property that's only going to earn me a 5% cash on cash return? I don't know. But if I can put it into a property that's going to earn me a 25% cash on cash return, that's the money I put in, I'm getting 25% more back. That's when we're looking at it's better to put it there compared to other options. So that's another way that we evaluate properties to see if it's even worth going and looking at it. So if you have any other questions regarding investments, we're going to continue this video series. I'm Mark Ditkoff with the Onyx Group, and we're here to help.